Hi there, it's Trisha, and I want to go over the trades for Wednesday, May 6th. I'm going to go over the ones that set up on the longer tick chart because it seems like people have most questions about that right now. But we use two setups, and you can check those out at www.easyemintrade.com. Two setup requiring confirmation from a few indicators before we ever take the entry. So we actually drilled down even a little bit smaller than our longer tick chart. We're actually scaled down by 1,000. So that's what you're looking at here. And we had a setup occur. This was our trend line, and we had a setup occur. And the way that we enter is below the break of that trend line, the bar that closes, we enter in a quarter tick under the low of that bar. So entered in there, and quickly I'm usually trailing my stop to a quarter or a half above each of the bars as they occur. So I moved my stop to break even here, and actually got stopped out here, unfortunately. But it did turn out to go on and be a nice winner. So we wound up break even on that trade. But there was a re-entry under the close of this bar. But after just being stopped out, I wasn't willing to take that trade. Then I did have to leave for the afternoon. But I did point out to everybody that this is our 50% retracement. So basically from the high here to the low here, this is 50%. So I told them if we break this trend line and we get above 50%, to go long. So they would have entered in above the high of this bar, quarter tick above the high of this bar, and would not have been trailed stopped out if they were trail stopping a quarter below the low of each bar. They would not have been trail stopped out until this bar. So they would have got their +2 and then stopped out on the remaining contracts for +0.5. Another place where they could have entered would have been above the high of this bar, broke this trend line, quarter point above this bar, indicators in alignment, just actually coming into alignment, and could have got in above the high of this bar and not been trail stopped out really up until here. And if they missed that entry, then there was an entry here. Could have got in above the high, quarter tick above the high of this bar, and rode it up for a couple bars, and you would have been trail stopped out on this bar. So again, I was not here in the afternoon for those trades, of course. That usually is what happens. We sit there all day and nothing happens when I'm there. But I have actually changed the hours in the chat room to 9 to 12 and 2 to 4. It just so happened yesterday was a last day of an obligation that I had. So anyway, if you want to check out those setups, go to www.easyemintrade.com and check them out.